Hello and welcome to MarketSquare, your go-to show for deep insight into business and economy trends. I'm Olaitan Adebayo. And with me is
Olaitan Babatunde.
Together we'll break down the key facts, trends, and developments shaping the economy. Welcome back to MarketSquare. Let's get straight into it. The recent 50% increase in the telecommunication tariffs has added to the financial strain on Nigerians, raising concerns about affordability and service quality. The data depletion becoming a major issue, the cost of broadband access has surged up, impacting over 170 million subscribers, including businesses that rely on digital operations. For the past 3 weeks, business and individuals heavily dependent on the internet have faced significant setbacks. The tariff hike has not only made internet access more expensive, but has also intensified complaints about declining service quality. Many users now struggle to balance their daily expenses with other essential needs, forcing difficult financial strains. In an economy already hit by inflation, recently adjusted from 34% to 24% after the rebasing of the Consumer Price Index, major telecommunication providers including MTN, Airtel, Glo, and Naira have implemented new pricing structure. Some data plans now cost as much as 120,000 Naira, forcing users to rethink their internet spending habits. Looking at the situation, many people are feeling the brunt of this hike. And do you know that initially the hike was meant to be 100%, but the NCC actually disagreed with them and said, okay, let's bring it down to 50. But even with this 50%, people are still feeling the impact of this thing. Because I watched it I read something on Twitter when somebody said he spent a month data subscription for just like 2 weeks or 1 week, and this thing is affecting his businesses. And many people are even they're buying different sims just that they will have multiple options. Like, imagine you buying sims every day just because you want to have this good, you move from one data plan to another, and it's and the telecommunication people are saying that, okay, fine, we'll fix this issue, we'll fix it, but they're not doing anything. The businesses are affected, many people are affected. And recently I even heard that there's multi-choice company, they want to increase their own tariff to that by 21%. That's the company that owns DSTV and GoTV. They want to influence. We are still dealing with data. Now we want to do with this subscription of a thing. Many people just resort to streaming platforms and Netflix and all of that.
Subscribers have taken to social media to express their frustration over the price hike and perceived exploitation. One Joseph Ehim said that, I'm surprised at how you people still use data these days. We're complaining that data is costly, but still you can't allow people carry out their online activities after paying the high amounts to purchase the data. Please watch your data. Please, I'm almost tired. And then someone also said, Tumi Suara said, the combination of a sudden tariff hike and the failure to roll over my unused data is unacceptable. It feels as though customers are being penalized for remaining loyal to MTN even after paying the ridiculous price for shitty data. Seriously. I said that, Olasukomi also said that, I said that MTN was stealing people's data despite the hike data sub and rob of your data. What they have done to us is enough to call them out and deal with them thoroughly. We're too comfortable with everything they throw at us, and that is why we're where we are today. And I think I agree with them because a lot is going on. Even myself, I was surprised. Let's
affecting everybody.
Sincerely, let's put business owners aside. We know that this thing is really affecting them. Come to think of it, you can't even go on social media to do whatever you want to do. I'm a kind of person that when I'm at home, I just go through the internet, surf the internet to just happen. That's my own way of enjoying.
And to even back it up, the quality is bad.
It's bad.
You want to make calls, you won't be able. This internet speed is so slow. It's affecting everything. So what's the essence of you increasing it? And even a university student actually told me that she doesn't come online during the day anymore, that she uses data bundle at midnight. Can you imagine a university student
saying that, student that they give assignment to do at school and then they have to do this assignment before a set date, and because they cannot even afford the data plan and all that, sincerely, they have to, when I see that some people do data of 200 Naira before, and now it's from 200 Naira to 600 Naira, that's a lot.
And one of the network providers said, I think their motto is data is life.
Yeah, that's it.
Data ain't life anymore.
Alright, so despite assurance from telecom providers that service quality will improve within 3 months, many Nigerians remain skeptical. Until then, businesses and individuals continue to navigate the tough reality of higher cost and unreliable service with growing As Nigerians grapple with rising telecom costs and data depletion concerns, another key sector, oil and gas, is also drawing attention. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has addressed recent speculation regarding the alleged termination of its crude oil sales agreement with the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. In a statement signed by Chief Cooperative Communication Officer Olufemi Shoneye, NNPC explained that the agreement was originally structured as a 6-month contract set to expire at the end of March 2025. Discussions are currently on the way to establish a new contract for continued crude supply. The state oil company revealed that under this arrangement, it has supplied over 48 million barrels of crude to the Dangote Refinery, bringing the total volume provided since 2023 to 84 million barrels. The company reaffirmed its commitment to supplying crude oil for local refinery under mutually agreed terms. The Naira crude sales policy, launched on October 1, 2024, was introduced to ensure a steady supply of crude to Nigerian refineries, reduce reliance on imported petroleum products, and stabilize fuel prices. According to Dr. Adedeji, the policy aims to strengthen the local refining sector and support economic growth, with an eligible refineries able to participate under regulatory guidelines. Now, this arrangement has impacted the Nigerian economy, particularly in terms of foreign exchange reserving and fuel prices. Well, what's your take on that?
And looking at this agreement, is actually a good one for Dangote, because when Dangote was buying crude oil and Naira, it actually reduced the pump prices. Because when you import fuel from other countries, the pump price tends to go up, and this is what most marketers are facing. Most people that are not buying from NNPC, but ever since Dangote is buying fuel from the NNPC, now we are seeing different changes in the pump price, even though it's not still low, but we are still feeling the impact, and this is a very, very good thing for Nigerians. But when you look at it, NNPC will not gain much. If you rely heavily on this arrangement, we won't gain more, because with the way Naira is losing its value today and tomorrow to go up and all of that, we will not have major impacts, because when we sell in dollars, we'll still have major money, we'll have major revenue, and we'll be able to put it on other projects. And this thing is, when we look at it, if you extend this agreement, it will be beneficial to us and will boost our energy sector.
Okay, I think I also saw it on someone's status that the landing price is now around 700 and something Naira, which is good actually. It's a good news, at least on the side. But I would also not like us still relying on importing fuel into the country.
There was this war last week, I think last week or last 2 weeks, that happened when Dangote reduced, within the space of, I think this year, Dangote has reduced its pump price by 3 times now, and it's actually influenced many marketers importing to reduce their own pump prices, and they're not gaining any benefits, because most of them are buying from other countries. They're not buying in Nigeria. NNPC was even forced to change their pump price.
I think that's good. Thanks to Dangote for that anyways.
Yeah. While the oil sector remains a focal point, the broader economy is also under scrutiny, with the government setting ambitious growth targets. The Nigerian government, through the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has acknowledged that the projected 2025 GDP growth rate of 4.6% does not align with the administration's broader economic goals. Instead, the government is targeting a 7% annual GDP growth to drive economic transformation and significantly reduce poverty. The government is prioritizing public-private partnerships to bridge Nigeria's $100 billion annual infrastructure gap, while also banking on the growth in the oil and gas sector through increased domestic refinery. On the global front, key indicators such as a stable exchange rate, a 13% GDP surplus, and foreign reserves exceeding $40 billion reflect economic progress, credited to the collaboration between the Central Bank of Nigeria and other stakeholders. The budget's funding structure has been adjusted to balance domestic and foreign financing, shifting from 80% domestic funding to a mix of 40% domestic, 40% foreign, and 20% from other sources. This strategy aims to boost private sector participation in financial markets, encouraging further investment. When you look at it, this is like a prediction, and it's like a both way. If it works, it will benefit us. If it doesn't work, it will not benefit us. But when we look at it, if it benefits us, we'll have more jobs, less poverty, and we'll have a stable prices. But if it doesn't work,
that's where the problem is now.
The major problem is that we, the Nigerians, will be the ones to feel the brunt of this, because if it works, we'll have we'll have a better lives and everything. We have jobs, our economy will be better. We'll have this foreign direct investment. But if it doesn't work, we'll feel like this thing is always coming down to us.
I feel with what you just said now, Either it works or not, it still goes back to the people. Now, the 7% GDP growth target is ambitious, but not impossible. And for it to be achievable, there are several major hurdles Nigerians must overcome. Like, we have a lot of problem in Nigeria, if you would ask me. First is high inflation. We talked about that earlier. Inflation rate still doubles, making the price of
it's not doubling.
Okay.
It's coming down because after the rebranding structure that they just did last month, it's coming down. But the problem...
But I want to ask, is the price of things in the market...
Yeah, that's why I'm going there.
Okay.
The problem now is that things are not, like, we're not seeing the effects in the market. It's just like, they're all figures.
Exactly. These are things we see on the paper. Now, the price of things are still on the high side. Exchange rate is another problem that we have, because looking at Naira is depleting day by day. And it's a problem. Now, let's not forget infrastructure. For example, bad roads. I don't see a place you will get to in Nigeria and that place they would not have a bad road. It's almost impossible. Yeah. And then unreliable electricity, which is killing every business. Now we have increased tariff rates. Insecurity in the north, which is affecting agriculture, can't also be overlooked. However, with diversification, boosting power supply, encouraging foreign investment, strengthening Naira, security and stability, then Nigeria can achieve this 7% GDP. But regardless of our thoughts on this, Wale Edwin is betting on reforms and private investment to bridge this gap.
And he's been saying that for a very long time.
Yeah, I think as a last year too, we said something
about something like
it.
that. It was like, I'm so happy about this President Bola Tinubu's reform.
For me, yeah, we saw that too, and then up to now, there's still no change. Yes. Okay, so the shift in funding strategy could ease pressure on local markets. Though tapping foreign cash comes with risk in volatile global economy, and I think I agree. That was why that's why you're like, okay, if it works, it's good. If it doesn't work, it's still a problem.
I'm not concerned because this is like a gamble. Like, it's a prediction. You're not sure it will
work or not.
Like, you're putting our lives in line.
Yeah, but actually, if Nigeria should pull this off, it could redefine its economic story. If not, that 4.6% projection might start looking like a ceiling, not a floor at this point. Okay, so now beyond Nigeria, we've talked about Nigeria, we've been talking about Nigeria, our country.
Yeah.
Economic challenges persist across Africa, with Egypt securing financial support to stabilize its economy. The International Monetary Fund has approved the release of $1.2 billion to Egypt following the first review of the country's $8 billion economic reform program. This decision comes after Egypt received a waiver on its primary budget surplus target. Part of the IMF agreement, Egypt's fiscal target have been revised. The country's primary budget surplus, excluding proceeds from asset sales, is now projected to reach 4% of GDP in the 2025/26 fiscal year, beginning on July 1, 2025. This is a 0.5% reduction from the original target under the IMF program. The latest IMF approval, coupled with funding from the Resilience and Sustainability Facility, is expected to support Egypt in meeting its short-term financial commitment as the country navigates ongoing economic challenges. Now, what I want to know is, this money is supposed to help Egypt pay its bills short-term, but do you see it as a lifeline or just a temporary fix?
I think it's for me, I would say it's a temporary fix, because here's the thing: the money is just meant to keep the country running and all of that, and solve major issues, because inflation, people are still struggling with daily needs, and their wages, they've increased their wages, but they are still not seeing the impact of those things. So the major thing is just like rebuild trust with other countries, bring more jobs, and make a better life for themselves. But then this money is just like meant to like help them fix their, like position them in the global market a little bit, so that they at least they will able to like get some certain things. But like if like a normal fix, like let's say like this is the actual fix of everything, this is just a temporary fix. And I think they borrowed money from another country again. They keep borrowing money from. So I think this is just it.
That's okay. So I think just like you said, one of the problems we have in Nigeria that I've always said over time is we keep borrowing, and then there's debt upon debt, and you have to pay. It's not every country that gets the luck of getting it waived and not collecting it at the long run.
And this one is even from IMF.
Yeah, so
and they have to meet this particular like criteria and all of that
to get it. So I feel like with this, if the government in Egypt do not still invest the money into something that is going to bring more person, that is going to bring them ROI, I think they will still continue to roll in the mud of debt.
They'll be back in the market.
Yeah, exactly. And it will be difficult, to get out of that position. And I can only wish them well and hope that with this, there's a good governance and the money is put to good use. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms at Veegil Media. And for more business content, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm Olaitan Babatunde, and with me has been
Olaitan Adebayo.
Thank you for watching.